Good day, everybody. This is Elder Pamela Robinson Smith. We are here to talk about 8 dimensions of wellness. And when I say we, we're talking about me and my son, Khary Smith McCall.
Hello, everybody, and we have something very special for you in store. So just stay tuned, and we'll see what we'll be able to offer you. With this presentation, you'll learn about the 8 dimensions of wellness. They will help you gain control of your life and achieve sought-after balance.
And that's why we're doing this podcast today because a lot of folks don't know about the 8 dimensions of wellness. And this presentation is actually the research work of Khary based on some guidance from me. Our ministry is based on holistic wellness, and so it's important for us to know what each dimension entails. Okay, great. So, Khary, what are the 8 dimensions of wellness?
Now, as we said, there are 8 dimensions, but for right now, we're gonna discuss four. And the four we're gonna talk about today is emotional, physical, occupational, and social.
Excellent. And then in our next episode, we'll talk about.
Spiritual, intellectual, environmental, and financial.
Sounds like good stuff. So, dimension one is emotional. Kyrie's going to share some knowledge about emotional, and then I'm going to share my knowledge about it. And hopefully, when you hear this podcast, you can share your thoughts as well. Okay, Kai, tell us about emotional.
Well, emotional, the main thing about it is being able to cope effectively, as well as being able to handle and manage one's emotions. And there are some ways that you can practice this and help implement it in your life. Is basically knowing and respecting your own feelings, values, and attributes. Another way that you can do that and practice that is appreciating others' feelings, which meaning also think about not thinking about yourself 24/7 and thinking about others and how they feel about certain things, and also developing as well as keeping and maintaining a positive outlook on your life despite whatever may happen in your life. Is to have Sometimes you have to have an unwavering feeling about your life, saying that look, this is only for the moment, that it'll always turn around eventually.
All right, I like that. So, my interpretation is our ability to cope and adjust to challenges or stress, sharing your feelings, and enjoying life. It's also being aware of our strengths and our weaknesses. Okay, so that was a good explanation. So, dimension number two is physical, and I think this is the one most people equate wellness with. Okay, Kyrie, so tell us about physical wellness.
Physical wellness, this dimension focuses mostly on the all aspects of the physical body. This includes this thing that includes nutrition, exercise, positive and negative habits, as well as just being aware of and knowing your body. As you know how the fact that you know that it's important to know, especially if you have family history about the illnesses, and trying to at least maintain that and keep that as best as you can, as well as you knowing that what what foods are good for you and not good for you, is just to make sure to keep that all in control. And the main goal for long term is to keep your body as healthy as possible. And the fact that if if you have the goal that if you want to live a long time. So let's say if you know people, whether it be family members who lived a long time, you that could be aspirational. That if this person lived as long as that's your goal, is to at least try to live as long as possible, and doing all the things to make that goal a reality.
All right. Who do we know that lived a very long time?
My I had my great grandmother who we all know as Nana. My mother used to call Nana Banana. She lived to be 94 years old. I mean, granted, she had her issues. She had dementia, and she wasn't really mobile in her later years, but she was able to hang in there as long as possible.
That's right. So physical wellness is good health habits. You talked about that. And those habits include getting enough sleep, being physical and participating in fitness activities, and importantly, knowing what foods to put in your body and make sure you go to see the doctor on a regular basis. All right, I'm appreciating this conversation right now. Dimension number 3 is occupational. All right, Khary, let's talk about occupational wellness.
So occupational wellness consists of personal satisfaction with your job and your career. Usually, if you bring in your goals and abilities to a career, it'll chances are it'll enhance your contentment with whatever job and career you're going for. And the best way to enhance your wellness is to at least find a career that's an ideal fit for you. It doesn't make sense going something that you're not a good fit for. And you could push yourself. It's important in certain things to push yourself, but after a while, if you're in the wrong field, it'll be something that you'll eventually end up loathing for a good portion of your career. Not you're not being fulfilled in what you're doing. It's like, and it's best to find something that certainly fulfills it. Because if you find a high level of contentment and fulfillment, you'll basically do whatever you're doing for the rest of your life.
I like that. So, occupational wellness also includes participating in activities that provide meaning and purpose. It reflects your personal values, your interests, and even your beliefs. And people may think, well, a job is a job is a job. Not necessarily. When you find the right career, it's not like you're working. It's nice to do something that you really enjoy and get paid for it, right?
Yes.
And so, us doing this ministry is part of our contentment and fulfillment because we're sharing information and hopefully teaching folks how to live a better life. Okay, Kai, this conversation is getting pretty interesting. We're going to talk about Dimension 4, which is social. And we're going to see what that means. Okay, so Khary, tell us what social wellness is about.
Social wellness is basically about connections, relationships, and expressions. So one way that you can help cultivate this and improve on it is having healthy and close relationships with people, whether it be family and friends, finding enjoyment with others, and having a high level of care from all individuals. One way that you can do this is community contribution, and that could also definitely be a healthy way to develop social satisfaction.
So, I'm not sure if you're comfortable or not, but I believe you are. We have not shared with our audience as yet, but what challenges you with your social communication skills?
Well, just to be open and honest with you, I have Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism, and one of the things that's affected is that my social skills are not up to par with people. That's what we like to call neurotypicals, and so trying to find relationships with people, it can be a bit of a challenge, and but I do try to find ways to put myself out there, and trying to find ideal things that will be a way to at least meet people and try to develop and cultivate relationships with people.
I respect that about you because it's easy for me as your mother to encourage you or tell you to go into situations that are more social, but it's courageous for you to do that on your own. And I think that since you've been doing that, I've seen experiential growth in you, and I think you are improving your social skills. And it's important to be self-aware that we all have challenges, and as long as we work towards getting better, they will get better. Okay, well, that was part 1 of our presentation for the 8 dimensions of wellness. It has been an extreme pleasure to be here with my son, Khary. You have any final thoughts for part one?
No, I feel that this could be the beginning stages of giving you skills that you can apply to enhance and improve your daily living.
And if people want to know more about our ministry business, which is Rainbow Renewed Life Center, where can they go?
They can go to rainbow.org, which is REIGN bow.org.
All right. So we're ramping up and getting ready for part two. We thank you for joining us, and please share this podcast with your friends.